people back with the stability and the ability in life to win again, to dream again, to be again, to do more than exist again, to live again, right? And so we believe, as many men and women on the call, and even Dr. Kofer, who you just heard from, we believe we're created by the Creator to create creation. We believe we're not here to participate and play games. We're here to take dominion, right? We believe that we are supposed to be homeowners and that wealth is tied up in real estate. And we also believe that sometime, depending on, unfortunately, your skin color, there's a lot of programs that exist. There's a lot of opportunities and platforms that we're not invited to. And if we are invited to the table, we're invited to be the servers at the table, to bring the bread and to bring the drinks. But to sit at the table, to sit at the head of the table, typically doesn't happen in our communities, and that's among Black and Brown. And we know this oh so well. My husband and I both grew up in extremely humble beginnings, meaning poor, grew up poor, right? And we vowed to ourselves as a little girl and a little boy that we would not allow our family, if given the blessing to have children one day and a husband or a wife, that we would never go through that. Well, a few years back, that never came into reality. And we were right there in the begging line, begging for food, begging for clothes, begging for shelter, because we were living in a hotel, guys, we have 9 children at that time. We had 7 of our children with us. I was diagnosed with an awful disease called breast cancer, 7% chance to live while pregnant, having to make some decisions of how I would go through my pregnancy without starting treatment. They told me to terminate my pregnancy, and I stood on faith and not fear. But was I fearful? No, I was beyond that. I was petrified. I had my baby at 5.5 months, had 17 surgeries in 1 year, and it wiped out our savings account and any type of account. We was depleted, and we wasn't educated. We was very ignorant to running to the state asking for help. We did not know that wealthy people, that was once wealthy people, could actually get help from the state. And so once we learned that, of course, we took advantage of it, but we had many losses along the way. And I wondered, as I laid in what they called my deathbed, will I ever own a home again? Will I ever have the opportunity to show? Because see, your kids, they don't do what you tell them, they do what they see. And people do not hear what they hear what they see. And so I wondered if I would ever be in the seat again to have a home. And it wasn't about the size of the home, because I've had homes 30,000 square feet and I've had homes 2,000 square feet. It was the fact of, will I ever have freedom again? Will I ever have something that I can pass down to my children's children's children? Will I ever be able to give my children and other people that I love and care the greatest gift, which is choices, options in life? Because I had ran out of many. And so seeing this platform, after making almost $17 million in a similar platform that offers people the opportunity to earn money when you refer a product or service. So here it is. I'm depleted now, wondering, will there ever be an opportunity that comes my way, but that gives me the voice to speak into the community and to be able to invite people to the playing field, to sit at the table, to be a homeowner. And so when I heard about Debt Cleanse, I said, oh my God, it was for us a blessing. Now we've been restored, we've been redeemed. So I want to make sure you understand this part of the testimony. God put us back on top. Matter of fact, 10 times we ever had before. So when Debt Cleanse came in our lap, we had already fallen back into the seat of being extremely wealthy, kingdom builders, okay, kingdom connectors. So it wasn't about the money, this decision. This was about the fact that I now have access to being a federal loan mortgage officer in all 50 states, and I don't have to take up the time to take a test. Don't need to take a test. Don't need to worry about licensing fees. Don't need to worry about all of that stuff. And matter of fact, they also have another caveat to it that blew my mind, is that they have an aggressive credit repair product, guys. And I'm telling you, I don't know about you guys, but my credit was, I call it Eskimo credit. Okay. I couldn't get ice when I was going through all of that. All right. And you talking about on one of my bureaus, I didn't have a score. Okay. So getting involved in aggressive credit transformation, being a part of a company that already has worked out and negotiated a partnership that they have to be aggressive with the credit repair so that they can put you inside of the home as a homeowner in record-breaking time. You're going to hear a little bit more about that. But not only that, they have income verification. And I don't know about you, but I've had some very colorful, resumes and colorful jobs and things like that where I've needed income verification to purchase a home or a car or something like that. So that's just hits the sweet spot all day long. And then they even have down payment assistance. Now, somebody asked me today, well, do they offer creative financing? Yeah, absolutely. Credit unions are by far the most competitive, comparable rates. They have the best rates, the best programs, and they really treat your people, everybody from all walks of life, with respect, with admiration, and they value their customers on a whole nother level. So when I heard yes, 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 it checked off every box for us that we could take this to people that were looking for a home that may be only $75,000 all the way up to $3 million. So that touched every walk of life. And I don't know, again, I don't know about y'all, but I got real excited to think about all the churches. Let's just start there. All the pastors, all the ministers, all the people that are in marketplace ministry. Now they can announce with confidence that they are attached to credit unions supplying home ownership, guys, or even refinancing or even investment properties. Where do you do that at? Debt Clans. Okay. Or just think about the stay-home mom or the stay-home dad and don't want to be stay home, but not by choice. They're at home trying to figure things out. They leave the house dark 30, they come back dark 30. They don't have ends, money to make ends meet. Matter of fact, ends ain't even winking, let alone meeting, okay? And they're trying to figure it out. So discombobulated, they don't know whether to scratch their watch or wind their behind. And they can come over here and they can be a mortgage loan officer in 50 states. Don't have to take a test. Get a loan buddy. You're going to hear about this in a minute. I'm telling you, I want to be responsible that y'all don't sleep tonight. I want y'all to be so jacked up out of your mind when you hear this information from the next couple of speakers that's going to disseminate this to you. But you get assigned a loan buddy, guys. Check this out. The loan buddy does majority of the work, but you make a majority of the money. Where do you do that at? Debt Cleanse. So I could go on and on about the services. Matter of fact, I think I will share one more. We got a quote for our family. We have 6 children that still live in the house. Okay. Them little rascals, 2 of them need to be leaving soon, but we'll get to that maybe on another call. But 6 kids, my husband and myself, and we got a quote for $162 for medical health insurance. Are you hearing me with both your ears? Where do you do that at? Debt Clans. So with the services are not on trial. People becoming homeowners. We are at a couple hundred families that we've have serviced. They have testimonies out the yin yang. And this right here is sweeping the nation. I went to the Black Caucus, and I'm about to turn the call over, so get ready, Dr. Collins. But I went to the Black Caucus this past week, and I was in the room with some very high level political dignitaries, bishops, billionaires, and every last one of them, even the people that were formulating nonprofits, okay, even the people that was they are like teachers, okay, people that were in the military, because we had people from all walks of life invited to some of these galas and some of these forums, okay. Every last person could not get enough of the information about debt cleanse and 75% for all. Every last one. I'm talking about Black, brown, Asian, okay? I'm talking about Caucasian. I'm talking about Latinos. It did not matter. I spoke to some people from the Caribbean market, from the Bahamas, Jamaica, Trinidad. Everybody is ready to roll their sleeves up because this feels so good to be able to give back and change people's life forever. Because I tell you one thing, debt cleanse has changed my life. I am now ready to reinvent, rediscover, renew myself, and I am ready to take a whole lot of people with me. There are some queens on the line right now. We wear so many hats as queens. We got to be the doctor. We got to be the chef. We got to be the police officer, the secretary. We got to be the cook. We got to be the person in the boxing ring, the referee. We've got so many hats, and often there's not too many people that can stop and take care of us because we're just so strong and we're always saying we're okay. Well, this is the time to be selfish. This is the time to take it back. Fight and take your life back. Get you a profession that you can be proud of, helping people get into homes, and you also earn money from real estate. They're gonna talk about that in a minute, from the closing costs. I mean, everything you can imagine. Get your groove back in this company. I'm sharing that from a very transparent place from my heart for whatever queen is out there that needed to hear that. Because I think I lost myself in the frenzy of being a billion-dollar brand connector, but I was disconnected from my dreams until I came to Debt Cleanse. And now I am ready, and I'm ready to work and lock arms with so many queens and kings, but this is a special message for queens out here that need to be seen again, need to know you matter, your voice matter, and home ownership matters. And you are the solution. You are the opportunity here in Debt Cleanse. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back over. Actually, I'm gonna turn it over to a queen out of Carolina. She is one of the main arteries of why I said yes, because she stopped, dropped, and rolled into my destiny of my dreams and made sure that I had access to create a living legacy, that I had the enough information, as you're going to get information tonight, to make a business decision, a wise legacy decision for my family and 10 generations to come. And I'll be forever grateful that she took that time out to talk to little old me. So Dr. Collins, if you're out there, take us away.
Dr. Clay, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Yes. So let me first, y'all, drop some wows in the chat, because when you hear that prolific powerhouse leader that I had the opportunity to meet on just yesterday, let me tell you something. Dr. Clay is a comedian. Dr. Clay is wildly successful, have helped plenty of people become wildly successful in business. But what I love about her the most is that she's humble, she's transparent, as you heard, and she wants to make an impact. And so that's exactly my story. And I know why we connected, because when I saw this amazing industry, I was already working in corporate America in banking and made a really decent salary. But once I knew that there was just a greater calling for me, I was really and ready to let it all go. And so I really wanted an opportunity where I could take the limits off myself. I wanted an opportunity where I could really just free up my time, y'all, to be able to take care of my son, who had started having seizures at 9 years old. And I remember being overworked, underpaid, overlooked. And, you know, the times that I needed to be away, you know, I got the looks, you know, the looks, and where you feel like you have to go above and beyond, right? As mothers, as women. And Dr. Helen mentioned it so well, articulated so well, the different hats we had to play. And so I just decided I was tired of having to choose my career over my family, and I had to do something different. And the one thing about it is I knew that with me being in banking all that time, people would constantly come to me asking me questions about How do I get approved for a mortgage? What is a good interest rate? Just all the many questions about finances. So I knew that there was a greater role that I could play to make impact. So I said yes to this amazing opportunity, stepped away from corporate America after 26 years in 2019. And what I would tell you is that I know what it is to have money. I know what it is to have lost money, because my husband and I had to file bankruptcy in 2010 after the market crashed, and we had a trucking company that went under. And so, but I also know what it's like to feel embarrassed. I also know what it feels like to feel like there is no hope. You'll never get back on the right track of your finances. And so when I saw this amazing platform where we're able to provide people with true solutions that work, to be able to get their credit together, to be able to get them educated and empowered and equipped to get on the pathway to ownership. Because I tell you, after we filed bankruptcy, I thought we were just going to have to suffer for the next 10 plus years with having that bankruptcy on our credit. But with a platform like this, bankruptcies will come off. And so, what I also love about our amazing platform is that, because it's a legal plan, it's not just about just getting negative items off of your credit report. It's about being able to challenge anything that's inaccurate. It's about being able to now leverage through this platform legal practitioners and credit attorneys that understand the consumer protection laws that protect you and I every single day. And they did that for me and my family when we first got started, to the point where $6,400 worth of debt was removed from my credit report, y'all, but it was in good standing. We had paid it on time, but it was inaccurate. See, if you're not partnered with the right solution and the right platform and the right company and the right people, you don't have insight to the knowledge to understand the power that we have. And here it is when you see what we have today. And not only that, because my consumer protection rights have been violated, guess what? This company hurried up and sent me a refund check for over $7,893 and some cents. Why? Because the debt could not be verified. That's the power of what we're going to show you here, is how you can help families finally take a stand, gather their hope back, and get on the pathway to home ownership, where a lot of them right now have no idea that it is even possible. But we need more boots on the ground. We need more people who are pioneers. We need more of the Harriet Tubmans that say, I will lead the way so somebody else can follow. And so I'm so excited to be able to turn it over to our next powerhouse testimony, and just grateful to partner up with these amazing leaders and queens as Dr. Helen, and you're going to hear from my mentor in just a little while. And so, but I want to bring up Ms. Tara McDuffie. This is a former HUD counselor. So if anybody knows anything about talking to people about how to get into home ownership, it's this lady as well. And so I want to just share this platform with her to be able to let her share her testimony about why debt cleanse, why now, when she's been in the vein of this industry working already. So Ms. Tara, are you out there?
I am here, Dr. Collins-Myers. Can you hear me?
I can.
Absolutely amazing. First of all, I got to give it back to Dr. Collins-Myers. She's an amazing leader. Also to my amazing mentor, Dr. Michelle W. Kofer. She is amazing. I don't know what I would do without her. I just love her. And I met Dr. Helen on yesterday. They're all phenomenal and just phenomenal women and amazing. But just to tell you a little bit about my story as a HUD counselor, it's been amazing to help individuals. I help low-income families get into homes. However, they struggle. They struggle with credit. They struggle with issues because they didn't know what to do and they didn't know how to get started. But now I'm able to help individuals on my own and get them funded. I have a client right now. She's a 96-year-old, I call her a young lady, that's going to be in her first home. Do you know how heartwarming that is for me to be able to help someone who's never owned a home? Her and her daughter are now going to own their first home. I have a mother with children. They're going to own their first home. This is powerful. This is changing my life, my children's life. I'm going to get to refinance my mother's home. I am just so excited and just elated to be a part of this company. I am a product of the product. I was a 580 credit score back in December when I started. I'm now in the 700 club. Can we say, yes, God? Let me tell you, I am just so excited about this phenomenal company. If you are not listening, I need you to open your ears. This is going to be the most amazing opportunity. It's going to change lives. It's going to change your children's life. It's going to change your family's life. This is where you want to be. Thank you so much, guys. That was my time. Back to you, Dr. Kofer. Are you there?
Yes, and we have one last testimony, guys, and I promise you, we're gonna get to the money. I know somebody wants to say, "Well, show me how to get paid," but listen, it's not about money; it's about impact. And when you realize that, income becomes a byproduct. So we have one more testimony, guys, that we want you guys to hear. This young lady right here, also no stranger to serving the community. She has actually been in the military for 16 years, serving her country. But I've had the pleasure of personally mentoring her over the last 4 years, out here now serving the community. So I'm going to move out of the way, let you guys hear this last testimony. Miss Tina Houchins out in the Detroit, Michigan area. Tina, are you on the line tonight?
I am. I'm so, oh my goodness, I'm so elated to be here on this call with you, phenomenal women. Dr. Helen, Dr. Tangela, Tara, Dr. Coker. When I say being a part of this movement itself is so phenomenal. I just remember serving in the military for 15 and a half years, serving my country and getting out and not even having a way to even figure out how I was going to get my own stuff together and find out my credit was really bad. So I came in with a 580. This platform has allowed me to not only build my own credit and help my own situation, but help others. I've always had that servant spirit. So that's why I really buckled down and really got into this platform, because now I get to help people not only with their credit, but to also help them get into home ownership. This movement has definitely transformed my life and my family life. One, because now my daughter is in, and I'm excited for her. Today, she actually hit National Advocate. And it's all because of this platform, letting us know that we're not just doing it for ourselves, it's for generational wealth. We're leaving legacies on top of legacies. Now she's building for her, for her family. That's not even there yet. So the platform is amazing. I actually get to help people get into home ownership. I have 2 that are closing this week, and I'm so excited. One is supposed to be tomorrow at 3 p.m., you guys. So I'm really excited just to say she's getting into her first home. She's in the Spanish community, and she's so elated to now be able to walk into home ownership, and I was able to help her get into it. And I have another young lady here in Michigan with me, and I'll be at her closing, but she'll be closing this week also. Knowing that I was a conduit to help them get into home ownership when they didn't think they could even get into home ownership. There's so many horror stories that we hear people saying, well, I don't have the credit, I don't have the finance and things like that, when actually we have a solution here. They just don't know it's here. So we need, literally, as Ms. Collins Myers said, boots on the ground. We definitely need that. We need more people to help us get this out to our communities and nationwide to say, hey, no longer will we be left behind. Home ownership is our portion. We are meant to have just as much as everybody else's have. Wealth is here, and it's in home ownership. It's in the real estate industry. We just need to make sure that we're getting this out to our communities and that we're doing it as fast as we can. So we need more people just to be here with us. I can say I had my horror story with becoming part of home ownership for the first time, and I was in my late 30s. And all I kept saying is, I don't want my children to grow up just renting because they didn't know about home ownership. I didn't know about it, but I didn't want my kids to be the same. So I taught that to them. They now both own their own homes, 24 and 28. I'm so grateful for platforms like this that shows people the way and let them know that they can be more than what they think they are at hand. It's not about the here and now. It's about the generations and to come, and showing people that they can definitely do it. So I'm excited to be a part of this 75 for All movement. I am definitely excited to be a part of the Women of Wealth and these phenomenal women that are paving the way for not only me and their communities, but for more to come. So I'm excited to be here. Coming from a 580 credit score, I had a couple things come off. I am a product of the product, so I had a Fingerhut card and old credit card that ended up being resolved and dissolved, and that was over $1,500 that came off my credit. No, it doesn't show that it's a bad thing. It is actually completely dissolved, so I'm excited for that. credit score is at the 700. I haven't hit that in a while, so I am excited for that because, as we know, our credit scores fluctuate. But definitely glad to be in the 700 club, and I'm looking forward to helping others become homeowners and also getting their credit repaired. You guys excuse my background, but I'm excited. Thank you guys for letting me speak. I appreciate you, Dr. Cofer, for all that you do for the team, and looking forward to blessing more people getting into home ownership. Thank you, guys.
Oh my God. Listen, y'all drop some fire symbols in the chat because I'm telling you, I'm over here literally on the edge of my seat. Like, sign me up again. I don't need to know how the money works. Just sign me up because I heard enough about impact. And I'll tell you guys this, and I'm going to start with this presentation. I was a social worker for over 16 years, right? And so I woke up every day to help families, you know, to empower lives. And I committed myself to change. I'm talking about sometimes for $28,000 a year, $34,000 a year, $43,000 a year with 2 master's degrees. And I'm talking about if I can get out there and serve families and impart change for pennies, why wouldn't I go do it at this level? So I know some of y'all want to hear about the money. We're going to talk about that. Drop the dollar signs in the chat. But it's all about how do we impact change, right? And so, guys, when we think about 75 for All, I'm elated to be a part of it because I'm a product of the projects. I grew up, you know, with nobody around me knowing the power of home ownership. And so I went about blindly purchasing my first home at age 26. Did not get a realtor, was ignorant, didn't even know. Well, I guess I knew I needed one, but I thought I had to pay for it. So I didn't. So I bought my first house, inherited bats and some water damage. But what I learned 6 years later, when I got ready to sell that house and everybody was saying, nope, market won't allow it, you're not going to sell that house. Guess what? I sold that house to a cash buyer. Somebody say there's wealth in real estate. Put that in the chat. I sold that house to a cash buyer and I was able to pick up, move to Charlotte, North Carolina, bought my second house, early 30s, new construction. And let me tell you, even though I went through what we call life happening, 8 months, no job, lost pretty much everything, credit tanked in the 500s, filed a bankruptcy, just like you heard Ms. Collins Myers say, filed a bankruptcy, guys, and I didn't think I could own home again. I didn't know it was going to be a possibility. In fact, people said that in the bankruptcy, I couldn't sell the home, but there's a realtor on this line tonight, Miss Denise Wilson, who sold my house in a bankruptcy. And even then I walked away with a 5-figure check. Somebody say there's wealth in real estate. And so if you're on the line tonight and you have the ability to reach people who want to buy a house, who want to get into investing real estate, who want to be able to refinance a house, you're in the right place. All right. So welcome to 75 for All, guys. This is how you get to positively impact your community as a mortgage loan officer. And yes, we're going to talk about money in this segment, but I want you to know it's not even all about that. We're going to make a lot of money, right? But what you need to know is money comes with leadership, hard work, and tenacity. So you could go out here and you could share this platform, but if you don't take it serious, guys, you can make no money. So just understand that while you get to write your own check, I hope you're going to write it big and not little, right? So as a loan officer in your community, you get to make a difference because you're connecting families with various loan products out there. We're not throwing people into an adjustable rate just because it makes money, right? We're going to get people paired with the right loan product at the right interest rate and terms for their finances so that these homes become legacy homes, so that these families are able to leverage from that equity to go out here and build and sustain wealth for their families. And I can tell you that we got here, and it wasn't an overnight process, but we're here now and we're ready to revolutionize things. But I can tell you in America, for decades even, most minorities weren't even able to have an equal opportunity. So when we look at how the wealth gap exists in our country today, it's because of the home ownership gap. Last year, you guys, only 3% of Black families bought homes last year. Across the nation right now, 44% of Blacks own homes, but last year, only 3% bought homes. Last year, only 8% of Hispanic families bought homes. And when we start to look at the data, guys, while 73% of Caucasian Americans are homeowners, that's not true for brown families. We're going to change that. Put change in the chat. We're going to change that with 75 for All. We're going to make sure that every family that wants a home and wants to build legacy through home ownership, they can. So 75 for All is committed to erasing what history did. For 34 years, the government say, hey, we got all this money. We're going to throw out FHA. We're going to give people special terms, but we're only going to do that for 98% of the population. So those communities that are Black and brown, we're going to say those are hazardous. those communities don't look like us, we're going to say those are less desirable. And so this is how a great segment of our country was able to build wealth. You think about, the Rockefeller generation, all of the names in real estate, right? They were able to build wealth because of real estate. And so this is our opportunity as a community loan officer, yes, to earn commissions. We're going to talk about that, but you get to help families who are low to moderate income. You get to help families who have enormous income, because we can do small loans to big jumbo loans. We have government-backed programs, FHA, Fannie, VA, Freddie. We're talking about being able to qualify people with FHA loans as low as a 580, but we're going to give you the solution tonight on how we can help them level their score up so they get a better interest rate. We can manually underwrite. So if a person's loan is thrown off the table, maybe they need income documentation, maybe, there were some questions about a particular item. Guess what? We have people who will manually underwrite those loans. Maybe they need a rehab loan. We offer 203K loans. Maybe they got a rental property rehab. We have a huge array of financing. And on top of that, you guys, you get a loan buddy, as I heard Dr. Clay mention earlier. They're going to do the bulk of the work, and you're literally able to still get paid. Now, do I have any realtors out here tonight? If you're a realtor, drop R in the chat for me, because I want you to know that as of last December, there's no more conflict of interest. You can take the family shopping. You can get the family a pre-approval. You can take the family to the closing table as the loan officer, and you're able to get paid twice. Listen, drop dollar signs in the chat, because realtors already know you picking up 3 to 3.5%. Now I'm going to show you in a minute how you pick up another 1 to 1.5% and bonuses just by helping your families get qualified to buy. By hearing those 3 words we all love, y'all: clear to close. All right. I can tell you guys, I'm super passionate even about the project, because I've experienced racial discrimination. I've been in the financial services space for over 7 years. And about 3 years ago, before this house, I sought out to purchase a home in a very influential area here. And guess what? Went through the whole process. Income verified, everything verified, all that verified. 1 week before my home was to close, after we'd given up our apartment, we've been traveling all summer long, we found out that our loan went off the table. Our mortgage loan officer never told us, Donnie Onesto, I'm gonna let you know who he is. He never told us that he had lied on the paperwork. I called in and they said, Ms. Cofer, Donnie didn't tell you? I said, tell me what? He wrote on my file that I was unfinanceable. He just flat out lied. So when we talk about why we're doing this, it's because we want to right some wrongs. We're able to now go out there and be just like a police officer. We have the discretion, right? We're going to do the things the right way for every family, all right? And so every family that comes to us, guys, whether they want to buy a house now, we can help them. They want to refinance later, we can help them. They want to buy a new home and move, we can help them. So the rush is on. We're looking for everybody that wants to make an impact. Put impact in the chat. Real estate professionals, tax professionals, religious leaders, listen, nonprofit, civic, government leaders. We're looking for people who just want to impact change, entrepreneurs, podcasters, YouTubers. If you want to help other families, especially those that are, the less than, then this is your opportunity to influence change. So you can become a mortgage loan officer, guys, the traditional route, go through a whole lot of tests, go through paying for a whole lot of tests, and then not pass the test, which 48% of people experience. Then you got to pay for renewals. You got to pay for continuing education. You got to get licensed state by state, pay thousands of dollars per state. You got to have an excellent credit score, because listen, I know realtors who sell houses that don't own houses, and I know financial coaches who don't have their finances together. So there are a lot of people that would disqualify the traditional way, but here we have a better way, guys. You get signed up with the person that invited you to hear this information. You're going to get trained. You have people even on this platform who are global trainers. So you're going to get educated. We have weekly loan officer training twice a week from Ms. Stephanie Washington, dynamic, experienced loan officer. You got the assistance of your loan buddy. You pass a background check, guys. You're originating loans in all 50 states within little as 3 weeks of getting started with the platform. So as a loan officer, what do? You basically get your client the application process going. You're going to get the tax documents, the income documents. You're going to send those in on a secure link. The loan buddy now is going to do all the work. They're going to make sure that all of the deadlines are adhered to, that the RESPA laws and any other state and federal laws are governed. They're going to answer the difficult questions. They're going to hold the client's hand. They're going to do the underwriting. They're going to do the manual underwriting if needed. They're going to work with the loan applicant, and they're going to finalize and submit the loans. So they're going to do the bulk of the work, guys. But guess what? you get to get an incentive of getting paid. Come on, listen, put some dollar signs in the chat because I'm going to slow it down right here. What I want you to understand is this, guys, as a loan officer, if you were to Google that, you would see what the average income is for a loan officer. But we're talking about you get to compound that income multiple times over because of how this program is structured. If you go out and write a loan right now, up to $1.9 million, you're going to earn 100 basis points. That's a commission of 1%. So let's say I go out and write a loan for $400,000. That's $4,000 in commission. Now I'm a tax professional, so I get excited about that because I only make about $500 per tax client. So I can help one client own a home. In fact, I'm working right now with a client who her family was my client when I was a DFACS worker. And that family, I think, had several children, probably 13 kids at the time. But guess what? She's going to be not just a first-time homeowner. She's going to be the first homeowner in the whole family. And so this kind of work really, really, really makes me feel like I'm doing something that's intrinsically valuable, right? You could go out and write loans, 2 million to 3.9 million, earn 1.2%, right? 4 million, earn 1.4%. We got somebody on the line tonight, got a $3 million loan in the pipeline. That's 1.2% of that in the form of commission. Now, you do have your loan buddy. So on your first 10 deals, guys, you got to get them a little piece of the money, okay? They helping you, they're doing all the work pretty much, all right? So you're going to earn 65%, they just get to keep 35%. Now you're getting a little bit better, you're going to earn 75%, they keep 25%. Once you've done 21 loans, guys, you keep 85%. You get the lion's share of the money, but they're doing the lion's share of the work. They only get 15%. And I'm going to tell you, if you're an entrepreneur out here, drop one. I know a lot of us on the line have multiple things going on. We're in ministry, we're building families. So that's leverage, guys. You want to be able to leverage their expertise and still keep going out there serving families and making income at the same time. So now you also have the ability to share this with other people who become a loan officer. Just like Keller Williams, EXP, Exit Realty, you get to build a team of professionals. So if you bring on somebody, they become a loan officer. If they went out and wrote that same $400,000 loan, you're going to earn 10% of that loan. 10 basis points basically equals for you $400 passive income. Put that in the chat. What would you do with $400 extra? Let me ask you this. Imagine you had 10 loan officers writing those loans. What would you do with $4,000 passive income? Because the money is going to grow, guys, as we help families achieve their goal. In fact, we're on a campaign right now to help 1,000 families own homes before the holidays, and we're very aggressive with that. You also get a bonus pool. Every loan that originates in our platform, $1,000 goes back into a pool, and in this pool, and in this pool, you're able to earn a share of that. So for every active loan officer you have on your first line of business, you get 2 entries. Your second and third, you're going to get 1 entry. So that's, again, another way you're going to earn passive income. So you're probably wondering, okay, how much is this investment? I'm spending thousands of dollars. No, guys, we're not talking about you going the traditional route and having to get licensed in every state and pay $10,000, $20,000 to get started. We're talking about become a loan officer today with the person who invited you on this line today. And for just $249, you got an entire platform, not just offering loans. And I'm going to show you in a second what all comes with it. You also get that membership included. So what do you do if you have clients who can't qualify to buy? You put them through debt cleanse, you get them mortgage ready, you leverage the services that you heard those ladies talk about. And now we get them in a position where they can get the pre-approval. A lot of times realtors say, well, look, the lenders don't like to see that clients been in credit repair. That changes when you're the lender. Somebody put in the chat, we are the lender. We're the lender. Y'all hearing that? The membership is $89. We have the services too, but it's all waived, guys, when you refer 5 people. But let me show you real quick what's in the membership, because even if after hearing this, you say, I don't want to be a loan officer, but you're thinking like, man, my credit has been holding me back. I want you to know what you get and what you can offer to your clients. So for $149, $89 a month, we're talking about $3 a day, less than a cup of coffee, guys. No contract. You got access to legal consultants. You got access to attorneys who are doing the credit repair, mailing the letters out, debt analysis tool, the ability to report their utilities. Our clients, even that $89 is a positive trade line on their credit. So that helps exponentially grow their credit score. I know I was talking to Miss Chelsea Collins. She's a school teacher in North Carolina, millennial, her credit score went over 700 went up to the 700 club when she started reporting her $89 payment. We have a score simulator. This is going to show clients when they're mortgage ready. So a realtor will love that tool. We're talking about having access to 3 bureau credit reporting scores, not a Vantage score. We give them a FICO score because that's what we're going to look at the bank. Budgeting tools, tax tools, even having the ability to manage student loan debt, because that can keep a lot of families from the closing table, and also wealth and investment tools, guys. So there's a lot offered here. We're talking about for pennies on a dollar. You don't have to mail any letters for your clients that are getting mortgage ready. The legal practitioners and our attorney team, they do that. They mail the letters. The clients get copies of all of that every single step of the way. In fact, they call them, they walk them through their profile, they set up the strategy, and they determine how they're going to approach it. And so they're very aggressive in nature. Clients get to see a report every month showing them how their score has increased. So as a loan officer, you get all of that too, okay? But you also get life insurance when you share this platform with one family member. Somebody say build wealth. You get life insurance. So if something were to happen to you, we're not doing a GoFundMe. The company gives you a free policy, no medical check. You get to give down payment assistance to your clients, income documentation. You get to originate their loans. You get to refer realtors to this platform, earn commissions from that, guys. Title services, warranty, everything needed for the real estate transaction is provided right here in this one platform. Property casualty insurance. There's equity awards because the company will take this to New York Stock Exchange. You got the ability to be on the ground floor of something major. You have health insurance. I can attest to that. Listen, I heard Dr. Helen talk about they got a policy for $100-something. You guys, sitting right here on my desk. I just got my letter from Cigna. I have a medical policy for $0. I'm saving, if y'all can see that, $458 a month because of debt cleanse. My dental insurance as an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur for 7 years, paying out of my pocket for medical. My dental insurance now is $30.25. So my smile just got brighter. Y'all hear what I'm saying? All of that's provided right here. And you got the ability to build wealth through investing, through banknotes, the same way as these hedge funds and big banks do, guys. You get to learn these specialized skills. And we're talking about pennies on a dollar. So I showed you at $249, that's it, get started. But guys, you get to earn income over 23 ways. Now, we don't have time to teach all of that tonight, but just put that in the chat. 23 ways to get paid, because I want you to understand you got active income. You share it with anybody, that $89 is being split with you 50% to 100% right out of the gate, guys. You get to earn passive income. You're building a team. They're originating loans. You're originating loans. You're going to get paid from that, right? You get residual income for every person that you refer. $14 to $27 a month may not mean a whole lot to you guys, but when you start thinking about you can introduce this to 10 people and walk away with a comma check in your first week of business, like it begins to make a whole lot of sense, right? And then there's bonuses. Imagine, put this in the chat, guys. If you're on the line and you get a mortgage bonus with this company, we have a mortgage or rent bonus in this company. If you go out and help families, this company will give you an allowance anywhere between $500 to $1,500 a month towards your mortgage and or your rent, just for helping families. So I'm wrapping up right here, guys. But my mortgage is $1,508 a month. This company gives me $1,200. My husband gets $500. That means we're mortgage free. That means we're building wealth for our daughter. That means we're changing the narrative. I grew up in the projects. Nobody ever gave me a blueprint on homeownership. And so when we look at what this platform is not only doing for me, but thousands of families across the country, families like Damon and Asia, families like the ones you just heard those testimonies from, like we're giving people opportunities to recreate something that maybe they never even had. So when we think about what we're doing with 75 for All, guys, we are looking for people with heart, with compassion and conviction for change. And so if you're watching this, if you've been invited, guys, we want you to get back with the person that invited you and get signed up now. Why? Because it's almost the end of the month. We're getting ready to cut off our maximum number of enrollments for the month. So if you want to be in, you want to get in right now while there's an opportunity, right? And so you get back with them. In fact, text them right now. Let's do this. Text them right now and say, hey, send me the link. Send me the link. And I'm going to tell you, go ahead and anchor your spot. Because if you're on here and you know anything about real estate, you know there's something that's called prime real estate. That means if I buy this piece of land before they build an IKEA, I'm buying the land for $6,000. And in 3 years, when they build an IKEA here, this land is going to be worth millions of dollars. you have an opportunity to position yourself today. And so it may not even be for you. You be like, I got excellent credit. So do I. It's not about what we have. It's about what our community does not have. And when we start looking at the statistics of women, Black women who own homes, we start looking at the numbers of, single parents who are renting. Guys, even last night I just shared in Atlanta, we're talking about in Atlanta, we got over 76,000 people who've been evicted in the first three quarters of the year. Why are Americans being evicted? Black Americans especially, because not that we don't have money, it's because we're paying too much for rent. If you think about a family that's paying $1,600 a month for rent, guys, after 15 years, they paid almost $300,000 to rent an apartment, to rent somebody's house. It's our time to give them the keys to something they can call their own. And if you're for that, go ahead and say in the chat, I'm in. If you're for that, if you're ready to influence change at a high level in your community and across this country, just go ahead and hashtag I'm in and get back with the person that shared this and let them know that you want to be a part of the biggest revolution to ever we would encounter in this era. Did you know that the wealth gap in America right now, because the home ownership difference in America right now is higher now than it was during the civil rights? Did you know that? Did you know that? Because if you didn't, I'm telling you affirmatively that that's what it is. So what we need to do, guys, is get all in, boots on the ground, roll up our sleeves. Let's go out here and let's say, hey, listen, Linda, you can own a home. Johnny, you and your family, y'all, I know you work 3 jobs, but let me show you how to get your family to a house this year. Let's start 2024 off with your own keys, right, to your own house. That's what we're doing. So guys, get back with the person that invited you on. I don't know if Dr. Helen, you want to close us out, if you have any last imparting words. Bishop Rose, if you're on, if you guys want to share anything, but guys, that is my time. Super elated. Welcome to all of you. Congratulations on making a decision to partner with us. Welcome to 75 for All. Welcome to Debt Cleanse. I think that's going to be our time, everybody. Good night, everybody. We'll see you at the top.